$525 million, that's peanuts for you.
The men take the front seat in the grand narrative of Saudi Arabia's monarchy and wealth. Yet, behind the veils of tradition and protocol, there exists a world where women hold their own place of power and influence. In this kingdom where polygamy is accepted, it is not widely known that behind the throne sits a queen whose story is as fascinating as it is elusive. I'll take you on a quick tour inside the life of Saudi's richest queen, Fahda's untold story. Fahda bint Falah al-Hithlain is more than just a name among the roster of the king's spouses. She is a queen, the king's consort, and an embodiment of grace, strength, and wealth. In the heart of Saudi Arabia, a kingdom steeped in tradition and history, a strategic alliance was forged that would shape the destiny of the nation. This is the untold story of Fahda bint Falah al-Hithlain and her marriage to King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, a union that transcended mere matrimony and became a nexus between the tribal and royal classes of Saudi Arabia. Fahda, born into the ancient Ajman tribe, grew up under the vast desert sky, surrounded by the cultural legacy and traditions of Bedouin life. Her early years stood in stark contrast to the palatial extravagance that awaited her, but it was her tribal roots that would prove to be an invaluable asset, offering a unique understanding of the complex tapestry of Saudi society. In 1984, Fahda bint Falah al-Hithlain entered into a strategic marriage with King Salman, the ruler of Saudi Arabia. This union was far from incidental. It was a meticulously crafted alliance that aimed to bridge the gap between the tribal and royal classes of the kingdom. King Salman's decision to marry Fahda was a shrewd political move, a way to form a connection to the conservative elements within Saudi society. The marriage of Fahda and King Salman was more than just a joining of two individuals, it was a merging of disparate worlds. Fahda's Bedouin heritage offered King Salman a conduit to the heart of the conservative elements within the kingdom, a layer of society torn between the pull of tradition and the push towards modernity. This strategic melding of worlds would have a long-lasting impact on the Saudi royal family and the trajectory of the nation. The significance of Fahda's tribal background cannot be overstated. The Ajman tribe, with its deep-rooted traditions and values, holds a special place in Saudi society. By marrying Fahda, King Salman sought to create a bridge between the tribal and royal classes, forging a connection that would resonate with the conservative elements of the kingdom. This strategic alliance was a masterstroke, a way to navigate the delicate balance of power and tradition that defines Saudi Arabia. As Fahda assumed her role as the third spouse of King Salman, her influence began to quietly reverberate through the royal corridors. Her tribal wisdom and understanding of Saudi society became a political asset, guiding the decisions made within the palace walls. This union was not merely matrimonial, it was a strategic partnership that would shape the future of the Saudi royal family and the nation as a whole. Behind every great leader lies the guidance of a wise and influential figure. In the case of Mohammed bin Salman, colloquially known as MBS, that figure is none other than his mother, Fahda bint Falah al-Hithlain. Fahda's role extends far beyond being the wife of a king. She is the mother to a leader who has come to embody the dual nature of Saudi Arabia, progressive yet conservative, calculating yet audacious. From a young age, Fahda recognized the potential in her son. She saw in him a unique blend of intelligence, charisma, and ambition. As MBS embarked on his political journey, Fahda's influence became quietly omnipresent, shaping his decisions and guiding his path. Though her role remains largely obscured from public view, insiders suggest that her sway over her son is substantial. Fahda's counsel has been instrumental in shaping MBS's political instincts. Her wisdom and experience have helped him navigate the treacherous waters of Middle Eastern politics, ensuring that his decisions are informed and strategic. While the specifics of her advice remain confidential, it is clear that Fahda's guidance has played a significant role in MBS's rise to power. During politically seismic moments, Fahda's influence becomes even more pronounced. For instance, during the Saudi purge of 2017, Fahda wasn't simply a bystander. She was reportedly a quiet but potent force, advising on the shake-up that would rattle the core of Saudi governance and echo throughout the broader Middle East. Her guidance helped shape the decisions that would reshape the political landscape of the kingdom. In the labyrinthine world of Saudi politics, Fahda has managed to be both a guiding light and an anchor. For her son, her counsel carries significant weight and has informed decisions that have far-reaching implications. But her influence goes beyond mere advice. She has been instrumental in bridging the gaps between varying factions within Saudi Arabia, bringing a unique perspective that combines her deep-rooted tribal wisdom with a keen understanding of the delicate balance of power that defines the kingdom. Amidst the sweeping changes taking place in Saudi Arabia, one woman's influence has been transformative yet understated. Fahda bint Falah al-Hithlain, the third spouse of King Salman, has played a significant role in shaping the social and cultural reforms that are reshaping the kingdom. While Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, known as MBS, is often credited for these changes, Fahda's seasoned counsel ensures that the reforms resonate with the broader public. Fahda's involvement in drawing up reforms, especially those focused on empowering women, has been instrumental in creating a more inclusive and progressive Saudi Arabia. Her deep understanding of Saudi society, combined with her commitment to women's rights, has guided the development of policies that aim to break down barriers and provide opportunities for women to thrive. One area where Fahda's influence is particularly evident is in the realm of women's education. She firmly believes in the power of education to transform lives and has been a staunch advocate for providing women with access to quality education. Through her philanthropic endeavors, Fahda has supported initiatives that focus on women's education, ensuring that they have the tools necessary to succeed in a rapidly changing world. Fahda's commitment to women's empowerment extends beyond education. She has been actively involved in initiatives that promote women's participation in the workforce, aiming to provide them with equal opportunities for career advancement. Her advocacy for the role of Saudi women in the workforce has been a driving force behind policies that seek to break down traditional barriers and create a more inclusive society. While MBS is often at the forefront of these reforms, Fahda's seasoned counsel ensures that they resonate with the broader public. Her ability to bridge the gap between tradition and progress has been instrumental in shaping policies that modernize Saudi Arabia without losing its essence. Fahda's deep-rooted tribal wisdom, combined with her understanding of the delicate balance of power, makes her an invaluable advisor in the realm of social change. Fahda's involvement in drawing up reforms goes beyond mere policy making. She has been actively engaged in the implementation of these changes, working closely with various stakeholders to ensure their success. Her ability to reach into the cultural conscience of Saudi society has made her an indispensable voice in shaping the narrative of these reforms. Fahda's commitment to women's empowerment and social change has made her a formidable force in the kingdom's social fabric. Her philanthropic endeavors, often focused on women's education and healthcare, have had a profound impact on Saudi society. Through these quieter avenues, Fahda aims to bring about change one step at a time, embodying the essence of what it means to wield influence responsibly. Aside Fahda, there are other Arab queens making incredible strides. There is Jordan's Queen Rania Al Abdullah, who has a net worth of $750 million. Queen Rania is well recognized for her public health and education-focused activities, as well as her open opposition to the practice of honor killings. Born in Kuwait, Queen Rania was forced to evacuate during the First Gulf War in 1991, along with thousands of other Palestinians. She met Jordan's Prince Abdullah II bin al-Hussein at a party in 1993, and the two married 6 months later. Queen Rania is a formidable global advocate for education, health and women's rights, and she is a strong progressive female voice in the Arab world. Next we have Lala Salma, the Queen of Morocco, who is reported to be worth $2.1 billion. Lala Salma is Morocco's princess consort and the first wife of a Moroccan ruler to be publicly acknowledged and given a royal title. Although she hasn't been seen in an official capacity since December 2017, it is speculated that she and King Mohammed VI are divorced. Lala Salma has represented the King of Morocco in meetings and gatherings around the world and has been involved in cancer prevention and HIV/AIDS prevention in Africa. Moving on, we have Sheikha Moza, the Queen of Qatar, who is also believed to be worth $2.1 billion. Sheikha Moza is the wife of Sheikh Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani, the former Emir of Qatar. She co-founded and chairs the Qatar Foundation for Education, Science and Community Development. Sheikha Moza has received honorary degrees from prestigious universities and has been involved in promoting education and community development in Qatar. Lastly, we have Queen Saleha of Brunei, who has an estimated net worth of $28 billion. Queen Saleha is the current Queen of Brunei and the wife of Sultan Hassan Al Bolkiah. She is the mother of 2 sons and 4 daughters, including the Crown Prince of Brunei. Queen Saleha is a patron of several organizations and is known for her love of nature and traditional Bruneian activities. People often talk about how rich the Saudi royal family is, but not many really know just how much money they have. They've got loads of cash from things like oil, property, tech investments and sports.
Now, for a number of years now, Rob, Saudi Arabia have been deeply invested in a very large multi-billion-dollar sports investment project.
Extravagant wealth. Some say the Saudi royal family have got hundreds of billions, but it's hard to know for sure because they've got their fingers in so many pies all over the world. Their money doesn't just sit there, it gives them a lot of power, especially in world politics. But because their wealth is spread out and kept pretty private, most folks can only guess at the full extent of it. When talking about the extravagant wealth of the Saudi royal family, it is crucial to understand the origins of their immense fortune. Since the discovery of oil in the 1930s, the Saudi royal family's wealth has been anchored in oil revenues, making them one of the wealthiest families in the world. This liquid gold has fueled their fortunes, channeled primarily through Saudi Aramco, the world's largest state-controlled oil company. The vast oil reserves in Saudi Arabia have been a constant source of wealth for the royal family, propelling them to unimaginable financial heights. The Saudi royal family's control over the oil industry has not only brought them immense wealth, but also significant political power. Their influence in the global oil market has shaped geopolitical dynamics and allowed them to maintain a firm grip on their wealth. The family's control over Saudi Aramco has granted them a monopoly over the country's oil resources, giving them unparalleled control over the flow of wealth. These oil revenues have not only funded the opulent lifestyle of the Saudi royal family, but also government initiatives aimed at developing the country. The family has played a pivotal role in transforming Saudi Arabia into a modern nation, investing in infrastructure projects, education, healthcare, and various other sectors. Their wealth has been instrumental in the country's development and has contributed to its rise as a global economic powerhouse. Beyond oil, diversification has been key to the family's wealth. Recognizing the need to reduce their dependence on oil, the Saudi royal family has made strategic investments in various industries. One notable entity is the Kingdom Holding Company, which has an extensive portfolio that includes investments in real estate, technology, and finance. The company's investments in global giants such as Citigroup, News Corporation, and Twitter have further solidified the family's financial standing. Luxury hotels and major infrastructure projects also contribute to the family's influence and financial prowess. The Saudi royal family's investments in the hospitality sector have resulted in the ownership of some of the most prestigious and opulent hotels around the world. These properties not only serve as symbols of their wealth, but also generate significant revenue streams. The family's investments extend beyond traditional industries, with a keen focus on technology and innovation. They have recognized the importance of staying ahead in the digital age and have made strategic investments in tech companies, startups, and venture capital funds. This forward-thinking approach ensures that their wealth continues to grow and adapt to the ever-changing global landscape. The royal family's grand residences serve as a testament to their immense wealth and provide a glimpse into their lavish lifestyle. One of the most notable palaces owned by the Saudi royal family is the Al Yamamah Palace in Riyadh. This magnificent palace serves as the official residence and office of the King of Saudi Arabia. Spread over a staggering 4 million square feet, the Al Yamamah Palace is a true architectural marvel. Its opulent interiors feature Italian marble floors, intricately carved ceilings, and wall panels adorned with gold leaf. The palace boasts impressive amenities such as a movie theater, bowling alley, swimming pools, and even a mosque catering to every conceivable luxury. The Al Yamamah Palace is not the only residence owned by the Saudi royal family. They also possess other properties that are used for meetings and government events. One such property is the Al Auja Palace, located on the outskirts of Riyadh. This palace, surrounded by lush gardens and sprawling grounds, provides a serene and private setting for important gatherings. Additionally, the Erga Palace in central Riyadh serves as a venue for various government functions, showcasing the family's influence and financial standing. The Saudi royal family's collection of palaces extends beyond the borders of Saudi Arabia. They own numerous estates and properties around the world, serving as luxurious retreats and symbols of their global influence. These properties are meticulously designed and maintained, offering the utmost in comfort and extravagance. One such property is the Mar-a-Lago estate in Palm Beach, Florida, which was acquired by the Saudi royal family in the 1980s. This sprawling estate spans over 20 acres and features a magnificent mansion with breathtaking views of the Atlantic Ocean. It boasts luxurious amenities such as a private beach, tennis courts, and a world-class spa. The Mar-a-Lago estate has become synonymous with luxury and exclusivity, attracting high-profile guests from around the world. Another notable property owned by the Saudi royal family is the Chateau Louis XIV, located just outside of Paris, France. This stunning chateau, inspired by the opulence of the Palace of Versailles, is a true masterpiece of architecture and design. With its meticulously manicured gardens, ornate interiors, and state-of-the-art amenities, the Chateau Louis XIV is a testament to the family's refined taste and extravagant lifestyle. These palaces and properties owned by the Saudi royal family are not merely extravagant residences. They are symbols of power, wealth, and influence. They serve as a backdrop for important diplomatic meetings, state visits, and extravagant events. The family's ownership of these properties showcases their global reach and their ability to command attention on the world stage. The Saudi royal family's art collection spans centuries and encompasses a wide range of artistic styles and mediums. From traditional Islamic artwork to contemporary masterpieces, their collection is a testament to their refined taste and their desire to preserve and promote cultural heritage. One of the most notable acquisitions by the Saudi royal family is Leonardo da Vinci's Salvator Mundi. This iconic painting depicting Christ as the savior of the world was acquired by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman for a staggering $450 $50 million, outbidding Qatari rivals. This acquisition made headlines around the world and solidified the family's position as major players in the art market. The Saudi royal family's passion for art is evident in the palaces where these masterpieces are displayed. The Al Yamamah Palace in Riyadh, for example, houses a vast collection of artwork, including works by renowned artists such as Pablo Picasso, Jeff Koons, and Takashi Murakami. These artworks add a touch of elegance and sophistication to the already opulent interiors of the palace. The family's art collection extends beyond their palaces, with artworks displayed in various museums and cultural institutions around the world. Their contributions to the art world go beyond acquiring masterpieces. They also actively support and promote artists from Saudi Arabia and the wider Middle East, providing them with platforms to showcase their talent on a global scale. The Saudi royal family's commitment to preserving cultural heritage is exemplified by their efforts to restore and maintain historical sites and landmarks. They have funded the restoration of ancient mosques, palaces, and archaeological sites, ensuring that future generations can appreciate and learn from these cultural treasures. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, prominent member of the Saudi royal family, owns the magnificent super yacht Serene. With a price tag of $400 million, this floating palace is a true testament to luxury. The Serene features an internal seawater pool, helipads, game rooms, and even an underwater viewing room, providing the ultimate in opulence and entertainment. Another notable yacht owned by the Saudi royal family is the Prince Abdulaziz. This 482-foot vessel is a floating masterpiece capable of accommodating 64 guests in its opulent staterooms. The Prince Abdulaziz is equipped with state-of-the-art amenities, including multiple swimming pools, a spa, and a helipad, ensuring that every need is catered to while cruising the high seas. The Saudi royal family's fleet of private jets is equally impressive. One notable aircraft is a customized Boeing 747-400, which has been transformed into a flying mansion. This luxurious jet features lavish furnishings, gold-plated fixtures, and all the amenities one would expect in a five-star hotel. It is a true symbol of their ability to travel the world in unparalleled comfort and style. The Saudi royal family's indulgence in luxury yachts and private jets goes beyond mere transportation. It is a reflection of their status and their desire to experience the world on their own terms. These extravagant modes of travel allow them to explore the globe, attend important events, and indulge in their passion for luxury and adventure. It is important to note that the Saudi royal family's ownership of these luxury yachts and private jets is not solely for personal enjoyment. These assets also serve as symbols of their global influence and their ability to command attention on the world stage. They are often used for diplomatic visits, state functions, and philanthropic endeavors, further solidifying the family's position as major players in international affairs. The Queen of Saudi Arabia, Princess Fahda bint Falah Al Hithlain, went on a vacation to Morocco. She arrived in Tangier with her entourage, including palace officials and guards, and stayed at her palace in Jabila. Some of her friends and other princesses from countries like the UAE and Kuwait joined her there. They spent the week enjoying Tangier's coastal beauty before heading to Marrakesh, a famous city known for its red buildings and vibrant culture. Marrakesh was a favorite destination for many famous people, including Spain's Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez and even Oprah Winfrey. But there are aspects of Fahda's life that money cannot ease.
We have no voice. We have no voice. We have no visibility.
Dark sides to being queen. Arab women face numerous challenges when it comes to gender equality and representation. Despite Fahda's status as a queen and the privileges that accompany it, being an Arab queen doesn't shield one from the pervasive challenges of non-visibility and gender inequality that persist in the Arab world. Even in Saudi Arabia, a nation often perceived as progressive in some regards, women still encounter barriers and restrictions that hinder their full participation in society. While there have been significant advancements, such as the recent lifting of the ban on women driving and increased opportunities for education and employment, gender disparities persist in various aspects of life. Women continue to face limitations on their freedom of movement, restrictions on their ability to make decisions without male consent, and disparities in legal rights and protections. Despite some progress in recent years, they continue to be marginalized and excluded from the public sphere. Arab women have long struggled to have their voices heard and their rights recognized. They are often seen as passive and voiceless, confined to traditional gender roles and societal expectations. This lack of visibility and representation has serious consequences for their ability to advocate for their rights and participate in decision-making processes. One of the major challenges Arab women face is the prevalence of gender-based violence. Sexual harassment, assault, and domestic violence are all too common, and many women suffer in silence due to societal stigma and a lack of legal protections. The Arab Spring, a movement that promised more freedom and equal rights for all, did not bring about the desired change for women. Instead, it exposed the harsh realities realities of sexual violence, harassment and discrimination that Arab women face on a daily basis. During the Arab Spring, women played a significant role in the protests and demonstrations, standing alongside men in demanding political reform and freedom. However, their participation was often romanticized and short-lived. Once the focus shifted to women's rights specifically, they were met with resistance and faced backlash. Their demands for gender equality and an end to discrimination were dismissed, and they were once again relegated to second-class citizens. Qatar has made significant strides in education, with 70% of university students being women. This increase in educational opportunities has empowered women and provided them with the knowledge and skills to pursue their aspirations. Education has played a pivotal role in challenging traditional gender roles and empowering women to break free from societal expectations. Despite significant advancements in various aspects of society, challenges persist, particularly in Qatar and other Arab countries. One prevalent issue is the continued prevalence of cousin marriages, which remains deeply rooted in cultural traditions. In Qatar, for instance, statistics from 2010 reveal that a striking 47% of marriages were between blood relatives. While cousin marriages are often viewed as a means to safeguard cultural identity and lineage, they also carry potential negative consequences, including an increased risk of genetic disorders and health complications among offspring. Efforts have been initiated to address this issue, with targeted campaigns aimed at raising awareness about the associated risks of cousin marriages. These campaigns seek to encourage individuals to explore alternative marital options and consider the broader implications of their choices on future generations' health and well-being. Health establishments in Qatar are also prioritizing initiatives to address this concern, recognizing the significance of safeguarding public health and promoting healthier family structures. However, it is essential to recognize that the preservation of cultural identity should not overshadow the need to uphold women's social status and autonomy. While cousin marriages may be deeply ingrained in cultural practices, they should not serve as mechanisms to confine women to traditional roles or limit their agency. It is imperative to acknowledge that culture is dynamic and ever-evolving, and the younger generation in Qatar increasingly embraces a global perspective while remaining connected to their cultural heritage. As attitudes toward marriage and familial relationships evolve, there is a growing understanding that customs and traditions should not impede women's ability to make autonomous choices about their lives. With ongoing societal transformations and a shifting cultural landscape, there is optimism that restrictive practices that limit women's choices will gradually diminish, paving the way for greater gender equality and social progress in Qatar and beyond. Another issue that has ignited controversy and debate in Qatar revolves around the perception of domestic supervisors. A recent advertisement seeking Qatari women for domestic supervisor roles sparked a significant uproar within the country. Many argued that such advertisements undermined the dignity and social status of women, perpetuating outdated stereotypes and limiting their opportunities for professional advancement. This reaction underscores the importance of challenging societal norms and recognizing the diverse roles that women can and should play in society. Arab women have historically been misrepresented and marginalized in Western media, often portrayed as voiceless and veiled, which perpetuates stereotypes that fail to capture the complexity of their experiences. However, it is essential to acknowledge that Arab women have long been integral participants in social and political movements, standing shoulder to shoulder with men in advocating for political reform, social justice, and individual freedoms. Their contributions have been marked by immense courage and resilience, challenging oppressive systems and striving for a more equitable society. Despite their active engagement in various spheres, the representation of Arab women in mainstream media remains glaringly inadequate. Studies indicate that Arab women are featured in hard news stories only 1/5 as often as men, contributing to their ongoing invisibility within public discourse. This lack of representation not only inhibits their ability to advocate effectively for their rights and interests, but also perpetuates harmful stereotypes and misconceptions about Arab women, hindering progress toward gender equality and social justice. It is imperative to amplify the voices and experiences of Arab women, recognizing their agency, diversity, and invaluable contributions to society. In countries like Egypt, where women played a prominent role in the revolution, their representation in politics remains limited. Out of the 508 seats in the parliament, only 8 are occupied by women, with 4 of them belonging to the Muslim Brotherhood, a group known for its opposition to women's rights. This contradiction highlights the challenges Arab women face in achieving meaningful political representation. While there have been some advancements in women's rights, such as the right to seek divorce without permission from their husbands in Egypt, progress has been slow and inconsistent. It is important to recognize that granting women rights that were already established in Islam centuries ago, such as the right to divorce, is not a significant step forward. There are other areas where progress is needed, such as increasing the number of women in political leadership leadership roles. Role models play a critical role in inspiring and empowering women to pursue leadership positions, serving as beacons of possibility and breaking down barriers erected by male-dominated norms. The presence of women in political arenas signals a seismic shift, offering tangible proof that gender is not a barrier to success in governance. However, the journey from representation to substantive leadership roles is a nuanced one, requiring concerted efforts to dismantle entrenched biases and systemic barriers. Political empowerment and awareness are indispensable components of women's journey toward leadership positions. Education, in particular, serves as a powerful catalyst, equipping women with the knowledge and skills needed to navigate complex political landscapes and assert their rightful place in decision-making processes. Yet despite these strides, significant challenges persist, casting shadows of uncertainty over the trajectory of women's rights in certain regions. In some Arab countries, the resurgence of political Islam has sparked concerns about potential setbacks for women's rights. Nations like Tunisia and Egypt have witnessed the rise of religious discourse that at times appears antithetical to gender equality. This phenomenon has been exploited to curtail women's rights, with patriarchal interpretations of Islam wielded as instruments of discrimination and oppression. It is imperative, however, to delineate between the religion itself and the interpretations imposed by patriarchal systems. At the heart of this debate lies a crucial distinction. The intrinsic tenets of Islam espouse principles of equality and justice, which stand in stark contrast to the patriarchal interpretations that seek to subjugate women. By challenging these interpretations and advocating for a more inclusive and egalitarian understanding of Islam, women's rights advocates endeavor to reclaim the religion as a source of empowerment rather than oppression. In doing so, they strive to pave a path toward a future where women are not merely seen, but actively heard and respected as leaders in their communities and beyond. It is essential to recognize that women's rights and gender equality should not be limited to a specific class or color. The diversity among Arab women is vast, with women from different backgrounds and experiences. Their stories and voices are a construction of the larger narrative, and it is crucial to amplify their experiences and perspectives. If you enjoyed this video, click on the card showing on your screen for more videos.